Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, yeah, my only son. Well, listen closely, yeah.
Welcome to episode 9. We've done 9. This will be our 9th episode.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's crazy. This one's going to be short and sweet, though, because I'm going to leave out all the other external stuff. The name of tonight's episode is Ronnie Van Zant and
Rickey Medlocke.
Rickey Medlocke. Already a lot of chatter about Rickey Medlocke, and I mentioned in the previous episode how much I liked Blackfoot in the late 70s, and they came on Jackson Radio where I lived, and you know, I thought their music was just great. Tonight, what are we talking about?
Stars.
Stars. There's a lot of controversy, or maybe not controversy, about who was the first drummer for Lynyrd Skynyrd. We know it was Bob Burns because he was the one who got hit in the head with a baseball. There'd be no Lynyrd Skynyrd if Ronnie Van Zant hadn't hit a foul ball down the left field line.
We like to believe that.
I thought that was true.
We know it's true, but Bob Burns was around.
Bob Burns was the first guy there, right? Anyway, and he helped name the band. We've established that. And then comes Muscle Shoals, 1971. I'm going to tell you what I know, or what I think I know, okay? I've always heard that Rickey Medlocke, you know about Shorty Medlocke and how he was an inspiration for Ronnie. Rickey Medlocke knew the band, was friends with them. But somehow or another, he got to be a session drummer in Muscle Shoals. This is where I'm not sure about it. And that's what helped draw Lynyrd Skynyrd up to Muscle Shoals to do the initial recordings in '71 for the record that was to become Pronounced, and later the first and last recordings as well.
They were friends with Rickey. He was from the Jacksonville area,
yeah.
So they knew each other.
And Ronnie used to listen to Shorty play. I mean, there's no doubt that Shorty Medlocke was Curtis Lowe. I don't know. So the relationship was a little fuzzy, but they were friends. Bob Burns was a drummer. And on those sessions in Muscle Shoals, Rickey Medlocke was a drummer on some songs, and he sang a couple songs that we heard on First and Last. Preacher's, was it not Preacher's Daughter? It was White Dove.
White Dove.
I forget what the other one was. Anyway, so he sang and played drums, but Bob Burns also played drums, so Bob was there. And I don't think they were ever going to be a two-drummer band. I think maybe it was a courtesy. You know, again, the exact relationship in Muscle Shoals, I don't know. But here's what I do know. That the first record came out, Pronounced. This is the original record that, as you can see, is on Sounds of the South label, which is the classic original. Pretty cool. And after that came a record called Second Helping. On Second Helping had a song called Don't Ask Me No Questions. Now, Ronnie wrote songs that he lived and he understood and he, you know. But on Don't Ask Me No Questions, it's very clear he's talking to some people like, hey man, when I get off the road, I just want to go fishing. I don't need a bunch of crap about you trying to get a break or give me your song or whatever people do. And we all know that folks in music have that happen to them a lot.
They want to get their songs into the right hands.
Yeah, our music attorney, 20 years ago, when I go lunch with him in Nashville, 50 people in the subway would give him, demo tapes and stuff. So it's what happens when you're a star. And so Ronnie said, leave me alone. Just let me go live my life and be cool. And the song was cool. It's a great song. I love Don't Ask Me No Questions. I won't tell you no lies. But the very next year, an album comes out. Show them what the album cover looks like. Blackfoot. No Reservations. The classic band, in my mind, Jackson Spires and Rickey Medlocke. But a song on that record was called
Stars.
Stars. And read the first verse or something.
Well, Stars goes, the time has come for me to say things I should have said yesterday. Some people I knew thought they had it made, forgot their friends when they hit the stage. And they didn't seem to care. Oh, their eyes were blinded by the glare. Well, I knew those boys when they were down and out. It looked like the world had turned them down. Now that everybody knows their name, I guess to them it's just a game. They've got their money and their cars. Oh Lord, I guess they're stars.
That song was written by Jackson Spires, interestingly enough. But it's always attributed to the relationship between Rickey and Ronnie. And when you realize Jackson Spires wrote it, it was clear Jackson felt the same thing. And I guess that my belief is Blackfoot thought they were owed something.
They were friends. They thought they were good friends. How far do friends go in the music business and where money goes?
Yeah, and I think Don't Ask Me No Questions, if you just think about it, it's a pretty personal song. It could hurt your feelings.
And it may have gotten Rickey Medlocke's feelings hurt just a little bit, maybe along with Jackson Spires.
Yeah, I mean those guys were best friends, and they were one. So then comes Street Survivors, and inside of Street Survivors, you find out that on the song "One More Time," a Ronnie Van Zant song, drums by
Rickey Medlocke.
Rickey Medlocke.
Probably done at Muscle Shoals Sound.
Yeah, the record was recorded at Criteria in Miami, Studio One in Doraville, and Muscle Shoals Sound, which I would think One More Time was probably done there. And if you listen to the lyrics of One More Time, it's kind of like the end of the feud to me. He's kind of getting them back together one more time, and my belief is this is what ended the feud between Rickey and Ronnie. So, as you know, Blackfoot had a pretty successful career. You can still hear Train all over the radio.
Very common.
Highway Song is still kind of an FM hit. Just for the heck of it, Shorty Medlocke, kind of all of our hero because he was so very cool. And I want to say that he was with Blackfoot when I saw him in Jackson. That he actually opened. I believe so. That could be wrong a long ass time ago. So, Rickey Medlocke, if you're watching, I'd love to talk to you and kind of learn more about your relationship or complicated relationship with Ronnie. I don't think there's any doubt that Stars was written, directed at Lynyrd Skynyrd. In itself, it's a pretty cool song. But I can see why Don't Ask Me No Questions hurt the feelings.
Was there a little snap in the relationship? Was there a break somewhere along the line?
Yeah, and in interviews over the last 15 years that Rickey Medlocke has done, he acts like they were always best friends forever, and this whole episode is ignored. There's not much on there about it. So I would like to learn more about it. If you have any information, please post it in the comments below, and we'll delve more into it. I certainly have a great deal of respect for Rickey, but I understand both sides of this thing.
Could go very deep.
You know, those guys were working 100 nights or 200 nights a year playing, and when they come home, Ronnie liked to fish. So,
don't ask me no questions.
Yeah, I won't tell you no lies. So, thanks a lot for listening and watching, and we'll be out soon again with our Johnny Van Zant episode.
Looking forward to that one.
That's going to be a lot of fun,
That's
isn't
going
it?
to be fun.
So, please subscribe, and we will see you next time.